Good morning. I'm for professor and then all the classmates in this classroom. And my name is Cindy. So this is my topic today for the crisis of the tourism. Okay. So before I jump into my topic today, I want to ask a question like, how many of you want to go travel last year? Like, can you raise your hand if you want to go travel last year? Yeah. So yeah, definitely we can, right? So for the 2020, if we want to travel, we can't because of the COVID-19. So now I want to introduce now I want to talk about the crisis because of COVID-19 for the tourism. But before I start to say the crisis, I will start to introduction the tourism, and then after I will say about the economic impact of the tourism. And then next I will do the case study. And then in the end, I will tell about the new journal for the tourism. So first of all, let's start with the introduction of the tourism. So basically the tourism of the definition of UWTO, we say the movement of the people to the country or place out of your usual environment, which means it's not just stay in your usual environment, you have to out of that. So for any purpose, either with the business or with the enterprise, entertainment. Yeah. So, and then after we will have the main components of the tourism system. So this is the four components for the tourism system. First of all, it's a destination. You have to find where you go and then where you're gonna for your travel. And then after you have to go on the internet to do the search, which we need a marketing. The business they need to promote their product to you. And then after we will have a demand, like for the travel, what we will stay, and then what we will buy, and what we will eat. And then after we go on the travel. So this is the process when we go on the normal travel. But after the COVID-19, we will see the destination. So every country have their travel restriction, which means you cannot easy to go travel wherever you like. And then after the social distance prevent you to do the thing you want to do. And so when you search on the internet, you will have a lot of things to stop you to do. And then after is the quarantine, which means when you go on the country, you have to stay in a hotel for like either 14 days or 28 days. It depends on the country. But since we meet this problem, we will start our thinking to go on the travel. And then the last one is, even you still can go on the travel, you have to face the high risk on the transportation, either in a plane and either with the bus, because you stay in the indoor environment, you have to close with the people, which will have a really high risk to get a coronavirus. So due to these four reasons, we will have a last one to go on the travel, and then the tourism industry also will get impacted by these four reasons. So next one, we will move on the economic impact of the tourism. So economic impact of the tourism, we will start with so most tourism business, 80% is the MSMEs, which means it's a micro, small, and medium-sized enterprise. So on this enterprise, they will have they didn't big enough with the international corporation. So when they face some crisis, which is will lead them to the bankrupt or either with the close. And then we will see the GDP of the tourism industry have jumped significantly 1.5% to 8.8%. So before the tourism industry of the global GDP, which is take part of the 3% according to the WTO. And for some country, either with the developing or developed country, they will take a serious role of the GDP of 20%, which means a lot. But after the COVID-19, the country will start to border close, so people cannot go into the travel again. So the hotel and the airline will have a significant impact by this reason. And then after will be the job at risk for 100 to 120 million. So for the 100, so before, according to the data, one of the 10 jobs will be provided by tourism, which means millions of the jobs will be provided by the tourism industry. But 100 to 120 million at risk, which means will cause a lot of people to lose their job and to lose their way for surviving. And then after will be the loss of the 910 to 1.2 trillion import from the tourism. So export from the tourism, we not only with the product, with the material, we also from the labor. So when we face the coronavirus, the labor market demand will be decreased. So we will have a loss and loss export to happen in this industry. And then after we will move down the case study. So for the case study, the country for the case study is the Canada. So new journal from the coronavirus for tourism will be rebuilding travel confidence. Before we jump into the new journal, we will start with the Canada before COVID-19. So you can see 2019 actually is the best, is a record-breaking year for the Canada, which means they have the best overnight arrival to reach their goal. And then after with the air arrival from Mexico, France, and India all break their record. But after the COVID-19, everything is changed. So the Canada government want to rebuild their system for tourism. So they have this website to tell all the information about the newest news for the COVID-19, and then to rebuild the confidence for their customers. So first of all, with the support the visitor economy, and then after industry resource and message to the industry and destination Canada update, and then current travel restriction. So, and the other thing they do for the rebuilding, they also want to emphasize the safety. They have a list phone to tell the people what should you do during your travel, and then to wear a mask, to stay outdoor, and then to have a social distance. And then after for the business, they want to update the newest news for their customers. So they will have a list website to tell the business where you can get help, and then where you can find the newest information. And then after to embrace the shorter system, which means since we cannot go for abroad, we can have a domestic travel inside the country. So they have this passport they included a lot of small information and small business inside, and then to tell the citizen where you can go on the travel. Yeah. And then after all steps, they want to review their tourism system. So next one, we will move on the new journal for the tourism. So we always say in risk and we'll have a chance. So the risk is the COVID-19. So where is our chance? So after we see the case from the Canada, they use a lot of information to tell their citizens that you still can have a travel in the other way. So this is the 4 steps I organized for the new journal for tourism. So first one is a partnership. So we have to work on the world organization, either with the WHO, WTO, or like the United Nations, and then all the countries should work together. And after with the corporation, even with the small business and then the international business, we all have to offer our resource to integrate together. And then after with the government have to have a regulation to help the business through this difficult period. And then after with the and then we move on to the next one, digitalization, which means we will have a website to update our newest news, and then we will need to train our employee to the other field. We not only let them to do a survey, because now the survey will be less impossible for this period. So we will transfer our labor to learn other skills. And then after we will open the data citizen, which means we will have the data update for all the customers. And then after will be the sustainable, which means, so at the United Nations we will have the SDGs. It's 70 goals we want to reach in 2030, and then the other is the Paris Agreement, which means we will want to reduce the carbon emission. So for those purposes, before the tourism is a way to damage our environment, because the footprint from the tourism is a lot. So once we face the COVID-19, we will have a time to stop and then to think about what is our next step, and then to develop more and more product with the green and with the environment way. And then the last one will be the innovation. We will have more and more new projects to come out, and then to diversify our product to the other way, and then to help us when we face next crisis, and how can we solve the problem. So this is the 4 ways to open the new journal for the tourism. And thanks for your listening. This is my